Hey guys, welcome back to InnRoads Plays. We are in Victorian times. We're playing Cubicle 7's Victoriana game, a mashup of all things Steam and all things punk and all things magic. So it's just all sorts of awesome. So I'm bringing back the cast. We've got 5 people to reintroduce you guys to, and we're going to launch into some society development, social reconstruction. No, we're not getting into anything like that. All right, so let's go around the bend here. We will start off with the good Dr. Lum, if you want to say hello to the folks out there.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
And Dr. Lum is played by...
Played by Brent.
by Brent. There we go. All
that,
right.
That whole thing sounds better with the top hat. It just makes it better.
It really does.
In fact, we're going to have to do another recording without the top hat so we can compare. No.
Just that. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Brilliant.
Hello. Good day.
Good
my
day
tea.
to you.
I feel like I'm going to have to show up in costume at some point.
And you know what? That
Just
might have to happen. I have to go out and buy a
All
top
right.
hat or maybe a bowler hat. I have to get a bowler hat finally. Maybe I'll do that.
I have one.
That's your excuse.
Yeah, it's my
Always
excuse.
wanted a bowler hat.
Yeah.
One
Nice,
bowler hat.
nice
One of
good
those coats like they'd wear in the Depression that I can
Yeah.
never find. You see them in the bread lines, and nobody has any food, but they have these awesome coats.
Ironically enough, you'll find some of those in the Army surplus stores in a neighborhood near you. Might be a good source of that. All right, let's rotate around the clock here. We're going backwards, counterclockwise. We'll start with, or continue with Lieutenant Blackwell. How's it going out there?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Awesome. I'm Nate, and I'm Lieutenant Blackwell.
All right, excellent. And next up is Ms. Russell.
Hello. This is Heather, and I am Miranda Russell.
All right. And next up we have the infamous Mr. Perna.
Infamous.
That's right.
Yes, I am Mike, and I am playing Dov Polson.
In good, strong Russian accent, I do. I am in much support of this. All right, and next up we have Miss Joyo. Or Mr. Joyo, that's
Bonsoir.
right. Bonsoir, I gotta remember Mr.
Hey, you never know. By the time we're
I'm
done.
playing a dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? Who knows, man? But hey, I'm Melissa, and I apologize in advance for my fake French accent.
No, you don't. You apologize for nothing.
No.
Apologize to the real French people.
I'm looking forward to this.
You know, if
You need to
anybody's,
double down on that French accent.
that's right. If anybody's going to do any apologizing,
Ooh
it's
la
when
la,
I'm trying to.
bonsoir.
There you go. It's when I'm trying to do a British accent and I devolve into an Australian accent. That's when apologies will need to be passed out all around. All right, well, guys, if you didn't know already, my name is Jeff Romo with InnRoads Ministries, and I will be trying to corral this herd of cats as best I can in this wonderful game of Victoriana. Last time we got together, our first 2 episodes involved some character development. We went through the character creation cycle in this game, took some time to kind of develop some of the aspects that may bind us together. But one of the central pivot, or what the pivot point that's going to really put everything together is going to be our society, our shared association. One of the things that's built into the system that kind of gives you either certain talents or advantages, skill opportunities, resources, that sort of thing. You could be part of a police force, you can be part of an investigative unit, you can be part of a Indiana Jones themed type of thing, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen if you prefer. But what we're going to do now is we're going to develop the Torchbearers Society, and that's the name of the association that we're going to work with right now. So before the the broadcast started, we actually went through and we were talking about the 3 founders that I had kind of tossed out there to see if anybody bit and if they worked. And I realized that they were either a gnome, a dwarf, or another gnome, and realized that we needed some resources, and that can only be provided by somebody who is quote unquote highborn or in the higher class. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of banter. So bear with us, have some fun with this, and see how this kind of creative development unfolds. So
Well,
let's.
I will already be that guy.
There you
Because
go.
granted, this is the second edition book, because I've been playing Victoriana for a while now.
Hmm.
So we'll be playing in third edition. The background, I think, is pretty similar.
Right.
And I just noticed something. Everything that we had as far as the founders are, shall we say, as this setting puts them, subspecies.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Whereas the makeup of Great Britain in this game is set as, I'll go by the lower ones first, 2% ogre, 3% gnome, 5% halfling, 5% eldrin, 12% dwarf, 17% beastman, and 56% human. And if I'm not mistaken, 100% of our founding fathers are something other than the majority.
That's right. So, an excellent point made by our representative Bearman.
Actually, doesn't seem that necessarily off to me. That
It-
part
it
doesn't
doesn't-
bother me.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
it
have
doesn't
to be
really-
off. It just helps inform
Yeah.
the society.
Right. Right.
Because if we're gonna go,
as
if we're
the,
gonna go
as
for
the
heroes-
minority, yeah, as the minority, I think that they might have more of a reason to form a society.
Yeah, exactly.
I would agree. You know, I think it's just important information because of the fact that this isn't going to be like, oh, we're going to throw the weight of the Torchbearers Society around. That's not going to buy us anything. In fact, it's probably going to get us in trouble.
Yeah. Well, have we determined whether our organization? I mean, if I recall, it's pretty private. Like, this is not necessarily something that we're putting on a resume here.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
The-
I don't know that we're throwing around the weight of it.
Well, the only thing that I will point out as far as the complications story wise, and I hate to be the I'm a lore nerd. It's what I do.
That's totally cool.
No
We-
need to apologize.
Our base of operations is in the museum.
Mhm.
Not a one of our characters, besides the good lieutenant, and perhaps Dr. Lum working some connections, would be allowed to set foot in the museum.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can get in. Miranda Russell can definitely get in.
And that's fine. Here's the thing. They're not going to let me in. I cannot
We can work on
I
that.
cannot freely
We can work
walk
on
into the museum. As because we're dealing with a very prejudiced majority here.
Right.
Oh yes. You cannot walk
Beastmen-
in on your own cognizance. You
Right.
could perhaps walk in on an errand for someone else.
I would eternally have to have a cover story as to why I'm going
Mhm.
in.
Mhm.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Right.
I have to put up the story of I'm somebody's lackey or I'm somebody's errand boy.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be an issue.
That's doable.
I've done a fair amount of Star Wars role playing and enjoy playing Wookiees, and it's amazing the difficulty you can have in a sort of xenophobic human-based society if you're a Wookiee walking around it.
Right.
It's either something you need to hand wave away a lot, or come up with. I end up in manacles a lot because obviously I'm a prisoner everywhere I go. So I can see
Classic
something
Star Wars.
similar happening here possibly.
All right. Okay. So,
So, Jeff, have we established what the purpose or mission of the organization is yet?
well, we could always go in that direction. The basics that I have here, just from the way it's been kind of put together, is that it's more of a my central thought was research. Was that it does research not just in the library but out in the field. It finds something in the library and then it needs to send somebody out to go and find out what this means, or if somebody has information that they can bring back to help decipher a particular book. That would be kind of like my touchstone as a brief thing.
So, knowledge for the purpose of knowledge, or knowledge for a reason?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I think it
Okay.
seems more dependent on the individuals within the Torchbearers and the Torchbearers itself. You know,
There you go. There you go.
everyone's going to have their own reasons for seeking knowledge, whatever that might be.
Right. Right. It could be knowledge for, like you said, illumination in all senses of the word. You know, either revealing truth, verifying truth, or uncovering falsehood. You know, it could be that sort of a thing. It could be knowledge for the. I think just from the contingent that we have here so far, at least on face value, you guys have your own parts of your history that are kind of remaining in shadow for now. But on face value, I would think the knowledge for the sake of power is probably not the direction that you guys want to go in. So we can put that one aside. But yeah, the knowledge for the sake of knowledge, and I guess maybe phrase it kind of because that's kind of what I put in that little motto or credo that we can change that, but knowledge for the sake of illumination, just so it has that kind of multi-tiered definition, might be a way to go. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure.
I think as far as an overarching thing, that's pretty awesome, and it would be the kind of thing that you would see pop up in a Victorian England, is a group of people saying our way is right, and we're seeking more knowledge to prove how right we are.
Okay.
I know for a fact that to sell Dove on this, there would have to be an angle of he's sticking up for the lower person.
Right.
Dove's driving force is an idea of self-sacrifice for the betterment of other people.
Okay.
Because of his, let's just call it like it is, his slave background, he is totally devoted to helping other people get out of whatever oppression they're in.
So he's not a Care Bear. He's just a bear that cares.
Does he stare?
His Care Bear stare is a little bit more intimidating.
You know, I honestly thought we'd get at least to the first full role-playing episode before we had somebody mention they have a Care Bear.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because of his complication, the Care Bear stare is going to be kind of tough.
Yeah, Dove's Care Bear stare
Yes.
is kind of cocked to the side and comes in the form of a hammer.
If he has a tattoo on his stomach, I'm really gonna laugh.
No,
no.
it doesn't.
Well, you would know. He's covered in hairs.
Listen, Monsieur Toyo can be up with a tattooist. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, you could totally give me a magical tattoo on my stomach.
Duly noted for future adventure.
And shoot rainbows. Oh my gosh.
No, we
Okay,
are
we're
not
done.
we are not going to turn my boy into a Care Bear. It's not going to happen.
It's not.
No, I
But I
do
think we've already done it for you.
I do appreciate the fact. I do appreciate the fact that it can happen, but it's not going to happen.
That's right. That's right. And folks, you find out just how flexible Victoriana is. You can bring this to your home as well. Nice.
Well,
Okay, so-
I'm thinking for Miranda, the goal of knowledge would have to be more of exploration,
Okay.
and exploration in places where society is not so rigid, because she is half Chinese and is not going to fit into the British society here in London. So she's much more comfortable on the fringes where there are other ethnicities and other types of people. So
Okay.
those kind of adventures would pull her places to go with different kinds of people to learn something new. Excuse me.
All right. Well, that totally makes sense. Okay. All right. So actually, I mean, that would kind of bring you and Dove into a kind of a similar stream of thought.
I'm totally thinking that Dove and Miranda are going to be perfectly good
Yeah.
friends.
Right.
I think so too. We have a few things that can potentially connect us.
Right. I'm thinking also because Dove, isn't your shop is down close to the docks, right?
It's a little bit away. I have it on Blackfriars,
Okay.
so it's a little bit up the road from the docks, but you can get there.
Okay. All right. Because I'm thinking, Miranda, if part of your background is kind of that, would maybe drift in that direction in terms of the docks or things going in and out, that kind of stuff. So that might be how you might have met Dove in the first place.
Yeah.
So it might be a possibility. Okay. All right. So
I'm sure if I walk by and hear someone with a Russian accent, that I would probably go talk to him.
yeah, because that's right, because you speak Russian, right?
I do.
Very cool. Okay.
My boy is something like 7 foot tall and 400 pounds. You don't miss him.
Right, and I'm very tiny and easily missed.
It's all
We make a good
purpose
team.
built. It's all purpose built. Very cool. Okay, so illumination for illumination, or knowledge for illuminating, or illumination. Come on, I can't even think right now. I'm too excited. All right, so
Illuminati.
knowledge for the sake of illumination. There we go. The Illuminati. Perfect. It all starts off really nice. It all starts really well, but then, yeah, just things turn south. Okay, so that is going to lead towards having a connection that both Dove and Dove and Miranda would follow. It would need to have some element of helping out or breaking the social norm, I guess. Being able to, its goals can't overlook the fact that other people may have similar goals, but they're just not in that level of society. So maybe that's kind of the tie back, the connection that would bind you to this, is having, you know, a gnome, a dwarf, or a gnome and two dwarves as part of the founding group. But I think we do, kind of to Mike's point, we probably do want to have someone who has some money involved.
Well, I'm also thinking just some kind of political influence.
Right.
Because literally there's a whole element of society that we literally have to send Nate's character in to even talk to them at this point, which is cool, and it's good for character, but as far as world building, it's going to be a little difficult to conceive of an organization that doesn't have at least somebody that has some kind of pull.
What if,
Right.
because for my character, the thing for him is that he would be involved in this because he's getting some kind of recognition or he's trying to rebuild his name. What if there's some kind of military contingent in there, or even the crown? I don't know if that's an overplayed trope or something like that, where it's secret, you know, they're secretly funding it somehow. And that's why my character is in there, you know, that he's kind of like the military agent or attaché or something.
Jeff, I'm automatically demanding that there be some kind of gruff military officer that we have to like come back to talk to. I want that to happen.
Now, Jeff,
Duly noted.
the contacts that I had created for Miranda, one of them is the son of a lord, so he's, you know, a lord in and of himself. If we need a high level, you know, high society character, we could pull in his father or grandfather or someone as a founding member, because that would give money and also another connection to how I might know about it.
Now,
if you need a person.
No, you know what, that actually might work, because I think also as part of that particular story, the types of things involved with that character could also wind up being in the British Museum, potentially. If I'm thinking of the right person.
I had 3 contacts. Only one is an upper class person.
Right.
And I think, yes, I'll find that little section, and it's in my character notes. I gotta find it real quick.
Okay. All right.
Well,
That
if we want to work contacts, I have one contact that I came up with. He's also an upper class. He's actually he was Dove's patron for a while.
Okay.
He was the guy who basically brought up Dove into the middle class.
Okay.
He actually, and oddly enough, I did make him military. He was Commodore of the Royal Air Force, the 1st Wyvern Squadron. He is retired. He is a patron of the arts. It might be. I didn't think about when I created him, but he does actually kind of fit perfectly.
That could work. And
Yeah, now that I'm actually thinking about it, since everyone is talking about, we just like somehow we all ended up in the same stream, because one of the concepts I was throwing around for one of my contacts, it's not concrete yet because I've only got one that I've decided totally on, but I was thinking one of my contacts is actually the wife of some commanding army general, and kind of like a skeptic sort of, like jaded socialite sort of lady, and she's a little bit of a fan of Joy, and is
A client.
maybe she would have been is in for if this is kind of the route we're going with.
Oh, this is
Mhm.
good. Okay. So now I'm
There's a
seeing.
lot of options here.
So yeah, well, the cool thing though is that through your contacts, we could probably generate a connection across everybody. So
Exactly.
for you, Nate, yours. So the contact. Have you developed your contacts yet, or
Again,
not? Not
No,
quite
not
yet.
yet. No.
Not yet. Okay.
again with this whole great minds thinking alike thing.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe that might be something you could work with, Nate, as far as a contact, because yeah, your reputation, like, would you foresee having somebody that is either high up in the military or might be retired military that may still either have been served for your grandfather, and may try and help you out in
Yeah,
your
yeah, that's
situation,
kind of the
maybe?
thought.
So that could be kind of the connection between having somebody who, like with Alyssa's character, having somebody that's married to a high up military person, with Dove having somebody who's high up in the military, and then Miranda would have a potential contact there from her. So for the one high society person, okay, I think I'm kind of formulating this. This is sounding good. So Dr. Lum, how do we bring you in?
Um, I think
Well,
that
he
Dr.
is a
Zlum's.
physician.
Yeah, he is a
Yes.
I mean,
physician.
people who are getting shot at would need physicians.
Yeah, I think given his background, basically raised the son of a butcher, and just through sheer determination and intelligence and force of will, climbed himself up into a good school. He probably wouldn't have a lot of history of bringing resources into a group like this. I think he would be more involved with the mission itself, and
Right.
probably brought in for that. The one exception that kind of comes to mind is I did have some sort of mysterious figure that sort of discovered him in the butcher shop. I sort of left it vague as an upper class person, a servant, or a steward was in there to arrange for a large catering event or something, and struck up a conversation with a young Nimrod, and was impressed by him, and that's how he ultimately made his way into an upper class school.
Okay.
And so perhaps that's a
Did he
military
befriend
person.
anyone at school?
No.
Would he have befriended anyone at all? Okay.
I like
Let's
that. He's
be
like,
clear on that.
no, I don't
From,
think
the
so.
from the stuff he's let slip, I don't think he makes friends with anybody.
No, I don't think so either, but you never know. There could have been some other,
But
Twisted
rebellious
psycho.
lordling.
a convenient alliance would not be out of the question. If he was to make common cause with somebody in school, I could certainly see that happening.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. If you guys go to the shared document, and I apologize to the home team out there, I'll get this popped up in the next episode, because we'll probably draw this one to a close in like 15 minutes just to keep time constraints fair. And then you guys will be able to see it here in the next episode as I load that frame into my recording system. But for everybody on the call here, if you go over to the Torchbearers Society document, I have put in a little table at the bottom of the persons of interest section. So let me get rid of this
Look at that.
there. Well, this is actually part of what I have termed as a GM checklist. So there's a whole series of tables I have put together right now that kind of helps me track how things are going through the game as we get into each session. So let's do this. Let's put down the connections that we're thinking will join us to this society. So the person that you have in mind, you've got the Wyvern Commander, Commodore, you've got the General's wife. Nate, you can develop yours as well in that. Let's see here. Miranda, you can, however you want to kind of tweak, or maybe you just use that particular contact, we can do that. And then Doctor, yeah, I think actually the mention of your guy would work. I think it would work. So
Yeah.
So for this
Plus,
chart,
you know,
we just want the one
nothing,
who is bringing us potentially into the society, not all our contacts, correct?
Not all of them.
correct. Yeah. Here, let
Okay.
me add a column here.
Jeff, where's the table again? It's in the Torchbearers Society document.
Yeah. If you go into the Torchbearers Society doc, inside the story, or sorry, that's not the right folder. Sorry.
The team notes.
Yep, there you go.
See, I don't see it in there yet. Have you updated the document already?
I have.
He's updating it right now.
Yeah, I've
Somebody's
actually got
updating
it open. What are you
I'm not
seeing
seeing
when
the
you go
website.
inside the folder, the team notes?
I see info links and Torchbearers Society.
That's the one. Click on
Click in
Torchbearers
Torchbearer.
Society.
Yeah, but I don't see any updates. I'll worry about that later. It's not a big deal right now.
Well, no, like, are you open? Have you
Yeah,
opened the
I'm
document?
inside it. Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look at something here real quick. Make sure
This
you
this
have-
is a document on Google.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you online, or are you trying to get it from a folder on your Apple document
I'm online. It's in a browser.
in a browser? Okay, that's odd that you wouldn't have it. Let me make sure. Let me go into the folder itself and make sure you have access to that.
I can pull it up. I
Super
just
quick.
don't see.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
now-
not able to.
On the top right of the screen, I see that Alyssa, Jeff, and Mike all have access, and I'm in it. So
Right.
maybe
Huh.
everyone else hasn't accepted the invitation to join the folder. I'm not sure,
That might
but
be.
something. Not everyone's there.
Yeah, because I'm not
Okay.
seeing everybody
Excuse
in
me.
there. Although I am seeing it's shared with you, Nate, and shared with you, Brent. So I do
Yeah,
see
I
it's
can
there.
pull it up. I just don't see any new changes to it.
That's weird. Well, we'll take a look at that offline here real quick. But so what I'm doing to kind of give you guys a Brent, if you can't see it, and then Nate, if you're not able to see it either, what I've done is I created a table. First one is just the list of players that are involved, and then the next column is contact connection or connections. I should probably just put that singular, so contact connection. And then the final one is, let's see, I'll just call it how does it connect? Or how do they connect? I don't know. How do they connect? And then that way we can have those notes put together. And I will move this up a bit as well.
So it sounds like everybody's kind of going with like some type of military contact.
It
That
could be
seems to
that.
be
I
the-
mean, I think it's kind of worked its direction that way. I don't think the good doctor is using a military contact. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because why would the military? What are they getting out of the society? I mean, they're not going to care about knowledge for knowledge's sake.
My guy's retired.
Hmm.
He's no longer military.
Okay, so he's just a humanitarian type of guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's a good thought,
Like,
though. That's a
like,
good thought.
My lady, Madam Tatham, isn't really terribly connected with what her husband does. I think she's just kind of intrigued by
Okay.
Joy and sees, something smarter than the usual people that come around in high society circles.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That works. Hey, Brent, are you
So I
still
think there's
online?
I think there's a kind of
I am.
true thread
Okay,
of these
I'm not seeing
military
your
connections,
video.
but it's not really connected to what we do. It just kind of happens to
Yeah,
be
that.
a thing that ties these people together, brings everybody in.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, could it be maybe where these particular military personalities have been that may have caused them to cross paths with the torchbearers? Maybe it's something like that. Because I mean, and Nate, you make a really good point. Why would the military per se care? It could be that it has to do with how some of this
Maybe they're-
knowledge could help with the war. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're playing.
Well-
Maybe they were in the Napoleonic Wars and they're trying to prevent that stuff in the future. And there's altruistic reasons, but they also have a ulterior motive.
Right.
The military,
Yeah.
I think, would always be interested in more information, the weapons and things like that weapons and tactics they could learn from other places.
Right.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
All right. So, okay. Well, this is actually this is really awesome. This is a good start. So, let's see. So, illumination's sake, we have a bunch of notes here. Very cool to be able to add that component. I'm gonna go ahead and move the table onto the second page so I can see all of it. So let me insert a page break. We'll move that on to page 2 so we can expand that out a little bit more. Cool. Oh, I see, Brent, you got in there. Good. I saw your note there. Okay, well, cool, guys. I think we're on the right path here. Let's go ahead and take a break right now. For all those folks who are watching on the YouTube channel, you'll just be able to go right into the next video. We'll have that posted simultaneously to this. So thanks for joining us. If you do hold off on watching the next video, we'll see you sometime soon.